Hi my people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ezinnemwilliams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good, hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Now you all know that two different episodes aired last night. That is the one on DSTV and the one on Showmax. Well, today, they are going to be showing the one that Showmax has already shown us last night. That's the one that they are going to be showing tonight. And you know, I've already done a video on that. In this video, we are going to be talking about the episode that aired last night on DSTV. Yes, and I'm talking about the episode of Ndine, their whole dynamics, Chine versus Chinwe, Nelly and her triangle with Mayorfrosh and Sooj, Mayorfrosh, Toby Forge and Sooj situation, and of course, Kassia, Onyeka and Victoria wahala. And yes, of course, the whole Mbadiwe situation. Let's get right into it. So the episode started with a clip of some of the issues that happened in the house, especially concerning the Mbadiwe twins. And then Ebuka asked Femi, what do you think about that? Do you think, that people were afraid of the Mbadiwes and all of that? And Femi was like, see, honestly, in the house, it looked like everybody was just cowering, before them. People didn't want to give their opinions about them. Then Nelly also went ahead to talk about the situation, saying that, see, a lot of people were not speaking their minds, especially when the Mbadiwe twins became head of house. Yes, they were kind of trying to lord over everybody and all of that. And it's also because, they come from a very famous family. Everybody knows the Mbadiwe street in Lagos. And because of that, it kind of made a lot of people kind of be afraid of them or something of that sort. But she was not ready to be afraid of anybody, because of, the way they were acting and all of that. Then Ebuka also asked Wani and Handy, okay, in that clip, we could see, you guys talking, but normally you guys would go to confront the person. And Handy was like, see, we confronted them, we told them that even if Big Brother told you that we should not be taking alcohol, you have to tell us, okay, Big Brother said that you have no right to control us because it's not your house, it's Big Brother's house. And then both she and Wani said, Big Mamas ain't afraid of anybody. This is what I think about that situation. I feel like in the house, a lot of the housemates were kind of afraid of them by the ways. I don't know why. Also, I feel like, see, let me just say this. These guys contributed majorly to the boringness we had this season. I'm not even gonna cap, because they came in there acting like Big Brother to them when there is already a Big Brother we know. It just didn't make any sense. So if you are gonna ask me who are the main, I would not say the main, but one of the people that actually contributed to the No Lose Gas season being very boring, I'll say them by the ways. And I'll also say that most of those housemates in the house were cowards. Yeah, because they could not stand up to them. Now, that being said, let's move over to the other one, which is the Ndine situation. Honestly, what I'm going to say about that is I actually do respect Nne, that's the niece, because she just didn't want to get into that whole situation. She says it's a family situation, but I'm going to bet my money that her auntie is at fault here, because which one is family have tried to reconcile them and they are still not seeing eye to eye, and they were good, and this auntie saying that Nne was being disrespectful to her. Girl, you were jealous of your sister, your niece in the house. We saw it. The fact that she graduated first class, and all that. And a lot of housemates saw her as intelligent. And also, a lot of housemates were listening to her was a problem to you. So I don't understand where Nne was being disrespectful to you. Anyways, that's their own family issues. But I also had to say this, Big Brother, well done though. Because what you have done to relationships in the house, not only are you breaking friendships of 10 years, 5 years, you even went ahead to break family bonds. Well done, Big Brother. Now, moving away from that, let's talk about Chinwe and Chine. Let me say this. I'm actually impressed by Chinwe this reunion. I'm not even gonna cap, because baby girl has storyline. I mean, for somebody that was, out of the house when she was, Chinwe actually has storylines. I mean, her whole situation with Chizoba, which was addressed, her fight with Chine, and let me not even lie, Chine is really being, in that clip, I was like, is this what your fight is about? You can never be head of us. I'm like, did you get money from that? I mean, can you take it to the bank and withdraw it? The show is over. Grow up. Bisha, I was waiting for that episode where Chine told Chiwe, don't let me finger your throat. That's the episode I'm waiting for. But honestly, I'm going to say this. Chinwe is very articulate the way she talks. And also, I didn't like the fact that Nne, yes, Nne, the niece, was just interrupted Chinwe. She didn't even allow Chinwe to land. I hate it when people do that. It's kind of pissing me off. But anyways, Chinwe was able to hold her own. Moving away from that, the whole Mayorfrosh, Toby Forge, and of course Sooj, and of course Nelly. I'm going to say this. I love the fact that Mayorfrosh and Toby Forge actually said that, okay, you know what? The vibe we're getting from Sooj in the house, we just felt like his way wasn't really clear and we just didn't vibe with him like that, right? And honestly, I respect that because in the house, me too, honestly, at the initial stage, I did not understand Sooj, right? And I love the fact that they were not even trying to deny that they wanted to boot them out and all of that. And from everything that happened, you could tell that their own annoyance with Sooj in the house or with the pair wasn't Tofa, but with Sooj. And Sooj was like, there was no love lost there. I didn't really see you. You didn't really see it. So, I mean, I love the way they handle things. Did Mayorfrosh like Nelly? Obviously, yes. But do I think that that was the reason he didn't really like Sooj? Maybe. But like he said, you know, they were not really buddies from the get-go. So, yeah, he can't even say that that's what caused the rift between him and Sooj. They're just there. They're not friends. They're just guys. And that's it for that. Now, moving on to the whole Kassia, Onyeka, and Victoria situation. Let me just say this, right? When Ebuka asked Kassia, I remember the whole issue about did you say or why did you say what you said? No, that Onyeka wanted to use Wani and Handy for strategy. I love the fact that Kassia actually owned up to her shit, right? I love the fact that she owned up to it. Like, okay, oh, it's because of series of things that Onyeka had said to her that night. That's why she said what she said. And I love the fact that she clarified it again, that Onyeka actually did not say that, but she kind of like felt, okay, if this girl is saying I want to be in everybody's business and I can't leave Sean and Wani's relationship alone, and you know she feels like Wani them have a big fan base outside, so probably you know she might want to be using these people for clout. And Wani saying that at that time she didn't really care, she didn't really see it as that, because Ebuka had asked Wani, do you actually believe you know at that time that Onyeka was trying to use you and your sister for her strategy? And she said, you know what, I didn't even think much about it. Now let's go back to the fight. The famous fight that happened between Onyeka, Kassia, and Victoria. And Ebuka kept asking Onyeka, how did that fight that was, you know, supposedly between you and Kassia suddenly became a Victoria fight? Kassia is because Kassia had called Victoria into it, and Victoria actually said yes, that Kassia called her into it. But before Kassia had called her into the fight, Onyeka was making remarks, you know, saying that this person, you cannot even call your friend to order, like making remarks about her while she was sitting there with Ozzy. And Ebuka said, you were sitting with Ozzy? She said, yes. Ebuka was like, chai. I'm like, Ebuka, you're a menace. But honestly, what I'm going to say about that situation is, Onyeka is, I don't want to say Onyeka is obsessed with Victoria, but it's quite obvious that Victoria is always on her lips. And I do not understand why. Honestly, I do not understand that at all. All in all, this is what I have to say about the episodes we saw last night. Number one, I feel like Onyeka listens to her fans a lot. And from everything she said, you could tell it's something that she got on the streets of BBNAIJA or from her fans. And I feel like that's kind of very detrimental to her. But I mean, be that as it may, one thing I would never take away from Onyeka is the fact that she actually gave us a show. But also, like Ebuka pointed out, is the fact that in as much as she gave a show, in as much as she played a game, we love game players. I feel like she does not understand that we are no longer in the house, we are not in the real world where there are consequences. You cannot use people to play your games or whatever and then expect them to kick it with you outside of the house. Nah, it doesn't work that way. I mean, feelings were being, I don't know, people's feelings were affected. So Onyeka has to own up to that. And I feel like she doesn't actually want to own up to it. She just wants to be the one that is right, the one that is talking and everything. And I also feel like when it comes to Victoria, Onyeka just doesn't want to reason properly. Honestly, I feel like that's the thing. She doesn't want to reason properly when it comes to Victoria. I don't know, what did Victoria actually take from Onyeka? Because we saw the show, we saw how Onyeka started this whole thing. You know, I'm even going to be diving into the episode, you know, that DSTV is showing right now, how she's making it all about Victoria, how she's always putting Victoria's name out there. It just doesn't look healthy to me. Honestly, that's what I have to say. It just doesn't look healthy at all. Yeah, that's what I have to say about this. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinnemwilliams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead.